This is a story about taking a chance and following your dreams. It's a story about risking everything for the chance to be something. My name is Robson. I moved to the Netherlands from South Africa exactly 10 months ago. And while that may not seem like a long time, an entire world has opened up for me. A world that I want to share. A sort of love letter to anyone who's left their country and felt a little lost in the process. How do I start my day? I wake up and get ready. Well, I try to get ready. Once that's done, I sit and ponder. I think and I ask myself, why did I move here? And why am I still here? Let's start off with that first question. Why did I leave? Moving, it gets easier over time, even when it's not your choice. I moved 5 times between the ages of 11 and 18. 2 more times after that. I'm used to being uprooted, never having a place that I could call my home. It can get frustrating and quite lonely because you're never in one place for too long. This time, it was my choice to leave. This is the furthest I've ever moved. I left so that I could chase a dream. Filmmaking. A dream I've had before I even had the ability to know things. I'm going to need to rewind a bit. Not that far. At that age, I thought High School Musical was the epitome of cinema. I am talking about the beautiful and heartbreaking age of 18. An age where a dream for writing was born, and subsequently a passport was awarded. I remember the day very, very clearly. I was in 6th grade and I decided, instead of writing a test that was mandatory, I was going to scribble a poem on the back. I did indeed fail the test, but that 4-sentence poem altered the course of my life. I soon then found myself exploring other forms of art. I tried fine art classes, music, theatre, dance, choir, you name it. I was a true creative at heart, for I didn't care about the quality of my art, I just cared about how it made me feel. So I continued on. I then found my true passion, filmmaking.
Scene 5, shot 1, take 4.
I knew right from the start that I wanted to study screenwriting, and directing was unfortunately part of the package deal. And I got stuck with the one thing that scared me the most: talking to people. But in the end, I persisted. I carried on, and my time at school granted me more than just a degree. It gave me a voice. I finally felt comfortable as a creator and as a person. Maybe a little too comfortable, to the point where I felt stuck. Remember that passport? I found an internship in the Netherlands. And I decided quite impulsively to just go. Still under the impression that once I was done and I had gained some experience, I was going to move back home. But I stayed. Why? My life back in South Africa, it didn't feel like mine to live. When you build a new life in a new country, it's almost as if the character you're playing is due for an upgrade. You can either choose to continue and risk losing important data, or you can choose to stay the same and gain no progress. I chose the upgrade. And while I lost some data that was important to my old character, this new one unlocked features that I didn't even know existed, like my ability to walk. Turns out I actually can walk for more than 20 minutes. I was just lazy. Whenever I walk, I notice the true beauty in life. From the smallest of creatures to beautiful birds. I feel calm here. For I know these creatures could care less if I were a lowly intern or an accomplished filmmaker. All they care about is whether or not I'm kind enough to just let them be. If only I could be that kind to myself. I struggle a lot with comparing myself to other people. It's especially hard when you move to a new country. You meet all these new and interesting people, and you wonder how you differ from them. You start to think about all the things you could have been had you grown up there. Or possibly all the things you wouldn't be if you had. Where we grew up has a huge influence on the way we are as people. We pick up certain environmental behaviors due to where we grew up. I never learned to ride a bike as a kid because it wasn't safe for children to ride bikes in the road. And now I am a 23-year-old adult who does not know how to ride a bicycle in the Netherlands, the one country where they ride bikes everywhere. Life tends to lead you places far from what you imagined as a child. Moving to a new country, you find yourself with new people, new music tastes, new hobbies, new quirks. I'd like to say that it's attributed to age. You know, getting older means getting wiser. And while that is true, we have a lot to owe to ourselves. The choices we make. If I would have never moved here, I would have still aged. But I would have never had these memories and would not be this version of myself right now. The me now, this version of myself, I would never have had the chance to get to know her. She would have ceased to exist. This experience has given me the chance to reinvent myself into someone that I'm lucky enough to know. When I first moved here, I was so scared about not fitting in and that people wouldn't like me because I'm not from here. I'm not the best people person. So what I was afraid of was people rejecting me because of who I am and not where I'm from. Being here, I am constantly out of my comfort zone. But at least I'm not stuck. I have only been in this country for 10 months. 10 months of uncertainty and trying to figure out all the feelings I felt since I moved here. I never thought that I would leave my home country. I never thought that one day I would be a long-distance daughter. I never thought I would have to say goodbye to my friends and fail spectacularly. keeping in touch. That one day I would be drinking a beer on a terrace in a foreign country and be able to call it home. I left my home country. I left my life behind for an internship, but gained so much more. Chasing my dreams meant that I was never going to be that same 22-year-old South African again.